So you want to start your own golf club repair business. You don't quite know where to start or how to get it rolling. We've done a video on what you need. Now I'm going to tell you what you need to know.
Be the right club today. Yes!
What's going on, guys? G2 here with 3-Putt Bogey. Recently I put out a video that went over all of the tools and equipment that you're going to need if you're thinking about starting your own golf club repair business or hobby, just something to do to keep you busy, or if you want to make this a legitimate business to make a little money on the side. Disclaimer, you will not get rich or pay the bills or eat very good if you do this full-time. So this is a part-time hobby. Don't quit your day job. But today I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've learned over the last 15 years or so that I've been doing this. And this will kind of help you. You got the tools that you need. Now, how do you grow and kind of become a little bit bigger, make a little bit more money, but not doing it too quick so you put yourself in the hole? So the first thing is start slow to grow, right? Focus on easy stuff that's not going to break the bank, that's very easy to learn if you don't know how to do it, like regripping, reshafting. You can also add golf club lengthening or shortening to that list, as well as swing weighting, because all those tools were in the list on the video that I did a couple weeks ago. Get just the stuff you need to get the job done. Don't get too much, right? You can always, order it if you're in the middle of a project. You don't need to have it all on hand right then, right now, when you are starting the project. A caveat to that is make sure that you tell your customers or friends or whoever you are doing work for what your time frame looks like. Obviously, the better you get and the more stuff you get, your turnaround time becomes quicker, right? I can do a 24-hour turnaround on pretty much everything that comes into my shop because I have all of that. When I started, it was about 3 to 4 days. If I needed to order something, it was about 7 days, but we'll get into ordering in a second. For some of your equipment, look on Facebook Marketplace. Look on yard sales. Go to flea markets. The swing weight scale, the bending machine, as well as the extractor that I have, I all bought from an old guy who had it and just didn't want to do it anymore. So I got that stuff. Those 3 things alone would have probably cost me 15 years ago, let's say $500, $600. I got it from that guy for $100. And it's still working to this day. 15 years later, the equipment still works. So you can find some good deals out there if you look. Check golf clubs or courses that have closed or that are closing. Some of them may sell their equipment that they have there, and you can pick up some pretty good stuff pretty cheap. Second thing is the get learned, right? So learn your skill set. You may have basic knowledge, but always keep learning. So use our channel to learn some stuff. There's other channels that do the same thing. So go out there and get a variety of techniques and tips from a variety of different club makers and fitters, and you'll be able to create your own style. Golfworks.com has a ton of manuals and information that you can download for free. All of that stuff is in there and it's digital. It's not like back in the day where I literally had to get a book. You can order on Amazon, obviously, but we're trying to cut the costs down here. Partner with somebody who knows what they're doing. I always say I am always available for someone who has questions or is thinking about getting into this. You drop me a line and I will 100% help you out, because someone did that for me when I got started, and it's now time to kind of pay that forward. So once you got everything kind of set up and you've got your space and you're ready to go, market yourself. So use free software to create a logo. Whatever it is, kind of let your mind go out with it and get yourself something catchy. Create a Facebook page, it's free, or a website. You can kind of do websites for free, but I would suggest go Facebook page because it's free and easy. Use social media, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Stories, Facebook Reels to promote your business. Whether it's you doing work or you talking about work that you do, just get it out there. Find some kind of grassroots advertising. This is very, very low budget, very down and dirty. So you're going to golf courses and passing out flyers or putting business cards or stuff in the whatever they have, if they have bulletin boards or thing like that. Do the same thing if you have colleges in your area that have a golf team or high schools that have a golf team. Those kids are all about upping their equipment. It's going to sound crazy, but senior communities. All those guys and girls do there is golf. Especially if you have a senior community with a golf course, that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be putting out your stuff. Yes, they're going to ask for a senior discount, and yes, you're going to give it to them because business for you right now is paramount. It doesn't matter. You're not making 100% margin on things. You're basically just going to be charging for labor, and we'll get into why in a second, and just building your brand and your community base and allowing those referrals, which we'll also talk about, to start to get some traction. So watch your overhead costs. Don't buy grips. Don't buy shafts. Just get the essentials. You can get what we put on the video. All of that stuff is perfectly fine. Get some ferrules in the popular sizes, 335, 355, 370. Those are your three main that you're going to be using. And just have a couple, probably 10 of each on hand. It's more than enough. Get some extensions, graphite extensions or steel extensions. If you've watched the video, I've showed you how to make them for free. I'll link it up here. But all of that stuff is easy, cheap stuff. Ferrules and extenders, it's going to cost you maybe $20 all in to get fully stocked and have enough to last you, 4 or 5 orders. The reason you don't buy grips and you don't buy shafts, there's a tremendous amount of overhead involved in purchasing them ahead of time and no guarantee that anyone is going to buy them. So what I did when I started out, and I still do to this day, is if someone comes in and they want a regripping, I tell them to buy their grips. Buy your own grips, buy your own shafts, bring them to me, and I will put them in for you. That way, if they cancel, I'm not sitting on 13 grips and 8 shafts or a $300 graphite shaft that now what am I going to do with it, right? It protects you and it protects your overhead cost. So eventually over time, the longer you do this, you will start to accumulate things. Like when I would buy grips, if I was buying grips for an order and they needed 13, I would buy 15 or 16. And those extras keep on the side, right? For in the case emergency, someone needs a turnaround right now. I'm going to the course. I need a grip. I've got it. But I don't stock 20 of them. Once you've kind of done that for a while and you've established yourself, here are some ideas for taking it to the next level. So some ideas for growth. These are things that I've been thinking about too. I just, this is part-time for me. So doing it full-time right now, maybe when I'm retired, something to do, but at the moment it's not a thing. A standalone shop. Obviously you look at, these guys on YouTube who do this for a living, like Mobile Club Maker. They have a standalone shop, right? You go there, it is a physical location. Mine is out of the garage of my house. That's where I do all my work. The overhead? 0. But guess what? I can claim it on my taxes, right? But anyway, now this other idea is something that I almost did when I was younger, and I wish I did because I think it's a really good idea. It's a mobile club van, right? So you get a van, doesn't have to be great. It could be a regular old conversion van, right? You put a bench in the back, cut out a window, whatever it is you want to do, make it look cool, and you do the basic stuff there, really regripping. And what you do is you go to the golf courses on Friday mornings, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, or maybe if there's going to be a tournament, a charity tournament or something, you call the charity company like, hey, how would you think about me being there to offer this service for the golfers, right? You want a grip change? Come in. I'll do it for you real quick, right here in the van. Zip, zip, you do it. Easy money, great exposure out in the community. If you have doing this at home and you have the space, add a simulator, right? You can now add fittings into your services list, or you can actually rent the simulator out. If you feel comfortable having people come to your house, that's up to you. So you rent a simulator out for an hour, charge $50. Okay? It's going to start to pay for itself over time. Just a thought. We're spitballing here, right? Offer more advanced skills. Obviously, the more you do this and the more you start to get back in terms of your investment, you could buy a loft and lie bending machine, right? For irons, drivers, putters. You could offer frequency matching. There's a lot of nice equipment out there that costs, upwards of $1,000 to $2,000 that right now you don't need to be getting, but in the future you could. Golf course advertising. Scorecards. I know people don't really use the scorecards on there anymore, but they're there and people look at them. Tournaments. So if someone's doing a charity tournament and you want to sponsor a hole, have your advertisement out there. Easy $50. It's 140-ish people that are going to see your advertisement when they're doing that tournament. You can also offer to sponsor a hole. Like I said, you could be out there with a mobile club fair, or maybe just set up a table and you do regrips. Think outside the box. And finally, things that will allow you to stand out from the crowd. This is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Customers are going to bring you their clubs, okay? And they're going to be filthy. Because for whatever reason, people don't clean their clubs. Okay, they don't clean the grooves. They don't clean the mud or the grass or the dirt or the sand off of them. And they just turn them into you like that. So never return a club dirty. Always clean it. Always clean the clubs when you're done or when you get them to give them back to the customer. Polish the ferrules. It takes no time, no effort, no cost to polish and clean up people's ferrules, and they will notice them. Clean the grips. Cleaning the grips is super easy. Soap, water, and a little scrubbing. Check the lofts and the lie of the clubs if you can. They sell protractors. They're $14.99. As long as you have the club set up in the right position, you can check the loft and the lie of each of those clubs and give them back. When you give them back the club, you're like, hey, just curious, just so you know, the loft of this club is X and the lie of this club is X. Is that the way it's supposed to be? If they say no, congratulations, you just got more business on fixing loft and lie if you have that machine. Or you've created rapport with that customer, and you could say, hey, listen, I don't have the equipment to do it right now. I'm just getting started. But, if you go to GolfWorks or Golfsmith or Golf Galaxy or PGA Tour Superstore, they can take care of that for you. You're just building rapport. Offer packages and discounts on services. So, for example, I had my different service tiers, like I had the par, the birdie, the eagle, the hole-in-one, and each one of those offered different level of service for the customer in the end. So for the par, if they were getting a re-gripping, right? A re-gripping, I would clean the club, clean the ferrule, give it back to the person, right? You're not charging them for that. You're just creating the illusion that there is additional benefits and things that they're going to get by coming to you. The hole-in-one, right? The hole-in-one package. So if you did a bunch of grips, right? I'm going to clean the clubs. I'm going to polish the ferrules. It tears up. It's the same thing as the par, same thing as the birdie, same thing as the eagle, but it has something extra on it. So maybe we did a regroove sharpening on the wedges for free. Stuff like that. It shows them that, one, you care, and that they're getting something for nothing. And these are things that don't cost you anything except maybe a little bit of your time. And then offer a referral program. So when they're done and you give them their clubs and you give them their stuff and you have your receipt or invoice or however it is you want to document that sale to the customer, you have their, hey, you refer someone to me and they give me whatever, put a coupon on it or whatever it is you got on there. Have them bring this coupon. You can email it to them. I don't care. Just have them bring it back to me and show it to me. And I will offer them, they would get 5% off and I would kick you back 10%. Whatever. However you want to do it. Make an incentive for people to refer you to their friends and their family and their golf partners. Be open with your pricing. Have an idea of what you want to charge. Look at other people and see what they're charging. Look at GolfWorks, look at Dick's or any of those big box stores in your area. They have all their pricing right on their website, and undercut them by $1, $2, whatever it is. Be upfront with your pricing. Let the customer know as soon as they drop it off when you're talking to them how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take you to do it before you start. This is about building rapport, building trust, and then stick to that timeline that you gave them, right? If something comes up, be proactive in responding to them. Text them, email, call them. Listen, this is what's going on. I'm waiting for the grips to come in, or I'm waiting for the ferrules to come in. They haven't come in yet. But as soon as they do, I'll let you know. And they're like, everything's ready to go. I just need to get them and we'll be done. They will appreciate that because they're not getting that level of customer service by dropping this off at their golf shop or their home course or any of those big box stores. I promise you. While you're not going to get rich, don't quit your day job like I told you 30 seconds into this video. It's something that is definitely fun to do. You will appreciate it. It gets you out. It gets you doing things. If you love golf, this is just like the next iteration and step for someone who likes to just do stuff and work with their hands and learn a little bit more about how golf clubs work and have a little side business, because tax breaks are fun. And that's another video that we can go into on another day. But for now, make sure that you swing as hard as you can just in case you hit the ball. G2 out.